I remember when I was a soldier. That's what they make up. Hi guys, you're welcome. My name is MC Dibenja. Call me MC Dibenja, and you're welcome to Dibenja Challenges, where we talk to your favorite entertainers, entrepreneurs, and whosoever is beginning to change society. And as usual, today is not going to be different. We have some amazing personality who is changing the world in his own dimension. You know, he's a cinematographer based in Cameroon, but he works all over the world. His name is no other person than Rene Etta. He's a cinematographer for TheFisherman'sDiary and Therapy. You know, if Cameroon just open the door with Fisherman'sDiary, then imagine the person who shot these two films. He break the door. Let's go find out. As usual, guys, you know, talking to your celebrities, like I've been telling you all this while, it's always the best thing, the best part of my life. Like, what can I do if not talk to your celebrities? If not bring them here to talk to you and tell you what they know, like challenge them, ask them questions about what they do, so that you can learn too. Because all about being here is about trying to impact the society, trying to make you learn something. So I guess for today, like I said, he is a man of substance. It's all about, because everybody today is rushing to be in front of the camera, but I like, maybe I'm going to leave this camera soon to be behind, just like him, because he inspires me a whole lot. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest for today, he is a cinematographer. You've never had a cinematographer on my show before. It's the first time I'm having a cinematographer on my show, on any platform I've ever been, and it's an honor for me. Mr. Rene Etta. Boss.
Yes.
This
one now.
Yes, this one now. Welcome to the show, and it's a pleasure having you.
Oh,
it's my first time ever having you.
The honor is mine.
Fisherman'sDiary is all over the place. Therapy is all over the place. And I've been asking, do you actually ask people, like, do you actually know the person who shot this film? They'll be like, can't we do? They'll be like, I know you. I'm like, no, I don't mean the producer or the director. I'm talking about the person that was in charge of this picture that you see. A great job on these two projects.
Oh, my honor.
I know you have been doing this for a very long time, and
Yes.
this kind of glory is not something that will move you.
No,
but at least tell me the truth. How does it feel?
Well, the truth is, it's every filmmaker's dream to get to a platform that you can stand shoulder to shoulder with other international greats.
Yes.
So from the time we started knocking awards around the world with the Fisherman's Diary, I mean, it was a sign of the feeling of, okay, we are getting there. By the time we got to the Oscar selection, it was another kind of feeling. Okay, then it's been 41 years since Cameroon graced this kind of platform, and right now we are standing on it. And by the time we kicked the doors of Netflix, you know, the double project opened, I felt like we can now say we are a film community. We can now say we are a film industry, and we're no longer afraid of any other situation.
I mean, people open doors. Kang has been saying you open doors.
Yeah.
And other people have been doing stuff. But for me, I think you break the doors. because with two of our great movies getting on a platform like Netflix at the same time, and you happen to be the cinematographer in these two films.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't open doors, you break doors. You didn't break doors. What does cinematography mean to you? What does cinematography mean to you as an individual, as a creator?
Well, before answering that question, I'd like to get back to your opening of the doors.
Okay.
It is quite an interesting term, and my friends have been using it. They kick doors, they kick gates.
Yeah.
I want to say that I brought a key.
Okay, you brought the key.
Yes, I brought the key. So I gave them the key
to open the door. Oh, guys, what are you doing right now? This is the man with the key.
Yes.
So you bought the keys,
yes,
give it to Kang, open the door.
Open the door.
Oh man, that's good. It's logical.
Yes.
If you look at it, because you were the man with the cameras and everything.
Yes.
They shot this film,
Yes.
and then they are the producers who actually promoted the film, take the film to another level, bought the idea to you, and you, man, that's true.
Yes.
Okay, now back to my question.
Yes.
Like, what does cinematography mean to you?
Cinematography to me, it's like life.
Okay.
Because it's not something that I started today.
Okay.
I've lived a life of a cinematographer from when I was let's say 7-9 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably I wasn't using cameras then. I was using my pen to draw and create stories. But it's not different from anything that I'm doing now. You see, so the cinematographer has been existing for ages. You see. So it's life. It's a privilege. I mean, I could be better director than a
Yes,
cinematographer.
cinematographer.
Yes, I could pass for I could be a better director than a cinematographer.
Cinematographer.
Yes. But I got to a place where I felt like there weren't enough people with the skills to tell a story the way it's supposed to be told.
Yeah.
So I took up the challenge to master and be behind the cameras and direct the lighting setup, the makeup, the production design, and all of that. And I mean that's how I got to be a cinematographer. But for me, it is the most fun part of making a movie.
Now, when it comes to making a movie as a cinematographer, lighting is very essential.
Yes.
Now, who is that person that you can say you've worked with ever since you started your career
Yeah.
in Cameroon?
Yes.
Who can you can boast of when it comes to international level? To let me recommend somebody, to do lighting in your set, the gaffer and everything. So, who's that one particular talent?
Well, one or two.
Two.
Two. Okay.
Yes.
There's this young man that I've known for a long time. It's called Raf Obitambe.
Okay.
Okay. Um, he's probably not had any real big formal lighting training.
Yeah.
Okay. But he has impacted himself. He's grown himself to a magnificent gaffer. I work with him on the Fisherman's. I mean, most of the projects that I have done
Yeah.
that have taken the industry
A particular term.
to a particular place
Yes.
has been my gaffer. Yeah, I worked with him on a Man for the Weekend.
Yeah.
That was some 20 years ago, and I think it's the first film that started a particular kind of shift in terms of standard and cinematography and all of that. Not that they were in other projects,
projects.
but it created a certain kind of
Okay.
um, awareness. Then I shot the Fisherman's Diary with him. He was my guy on the Fisherman's Diary. I was also the guy for, on the set of Therapy.
Therapy.
You see. So I think he's one of those young guys with a mastery of that domain, and he's very creative. And one thing about him is his passion. Okay, Ralph Obitambe will not let you shoot if he himself is not 100% confident
Confident
about his
about
life.
life.
Okay, there's another guy I work with, Claude Dogmo. I work with him on the Chariots of the
God.
Gods. Yeah, he too is a great guy. I mean, with Claude, he's a textbook gaffer.
Yeah.
Okay. He masters the numbers. He masters the calculation of I mean the weather science and how the camera operates. And we can communicate in terms of figures.
Yeah.
I say I want the six. He says 6 plus 2. Maybe we do 8.
Eight.
So, but we understand ourselves.
Yourself.
We know we're talking about our exposures, our all of
What
that.
what does it take for an individual to be a cinematographer? Can I just leave this camera now? Can I just leave this place now?
Yes.
And just go and be the cinematographer? What does it take for an individual to be a cinematographer? Because I'm tired of this job.
Yeah.
I'm not, but I will be. So someday I want to be a cinematographer. What does it take?
But I think personally, I mean, I'm not just speaking for all the cinematographers in the world.
Yeah.
But personally, I think one of the key things being a cinematographer is having a creative mind.
Okay.
See, because most of the time, the work is not only about the gadgets.
Yeah.
Everybody can pick up a camera. Everybody can shoot with anything. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't have the capacity to buy the biggest machine in the world. There
Yeah.
are guys who are using hundreds of $1,000 equipment and others who don't have access to that. For instance, the Fisherman's Diary and race we shot in. There are industries that consider that we work with toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but today, if you go to some of the international platforms that are talking movies,
Movies.
it has become a major debate. Like, how did he do this?
Yeah.
You know, how did he get to use a Blackmagic Pocket 4K? Got into Oscars, got into Netflix, which a major debate has been around that. Okay, this is not a Netflix standard camera, but how come he's had two projects on Netflix with this toy?
Store.
You see, so it's even defeating other international film schools and minds who write to me every day and like, we want to see your process, we want to see your behind the scenes, we want to be sure that this is how you
Are
work.
you wrong?
You see, so I'll say that one of the major keys to become a brilliant cinematographer is creativity.
Okay.
You must be creative, and you must be willing to work. The cinematographer is not just about owning camera stuff, and we've got lots of camera operators today, but we have very few cinematographers. You see, those with the mastery of light, those with the mastery of camera angles, those with the mastery of great number of those kind of stuff. So it takes training of the eye. You know, a cinematographer walks into a room and he sees 300 different angles and nobody else sees. If you give him a camera and say take a picture, you know where he's gonna place his camera is particular because he's got like 8 different eyes. You know, this eye sees, the other one behind sees, the other one behind sees. So he's a man with a brain that calculates. You know, he do maths, he knows angles, he knows shapes, he knows lighting angles and the rest, and you know, it's just an embodiment of building. You know, you build yourself into becoming one.
So I was supposed to say something about the kind of equipment we use in Cameroon to shoot movies. Because when I was on the set of Fisherman's Diary talking to Ramsey, and he made mention of something, he said that you are using black magic. Because even some Nollywood cinematographers don't dare go around black magic. So I was like, okay, it means you using black magic really means a lot. I mean, great job.
Thank you very much.
So, what have been some of the things that you have been doing to empower other young cinematographers? Because you are here now, and you can't shoot other movies alone.
Of course.
And suddenly, 2 days or two or 3 days time, you're going to be out of there. And so, you need some people who are going to be on that line, who will take over the mantle of cinematography. And say, what are some of the things you're doing in the light of cinematography, you know, to empower young cinematographers?
Well, without boasting, okay, the revolution in Cameroon film industry that's existing now has started. Okay, it's just an anecdote to your question because there's nothing new I'm doing. Okay. I came back to Cameroon I think about 2005. I brought the first professional camera that the top of the Anglophone film actors, directors, DPs ever got to see. I brought that. That was 2005. The first time some of them heard about a festival was when I came here and told them that there's something called festival. The first time some of them heard about a short film was when I said, hey, there's something called a short film. By then, I'd already started shooting. I had the privilege to be exposed in South Africa, where I started as a young DP shooting for Nigerians. They're doing little projects. So by the time I came back 2005 or so, and started creating a hub. You know, started giving out to. Remember, there was no internet where people could go fetch knowledge and stuff. Social media was not available. So the first film school that most of the Anglophone filmmakers today, even those skyrocketing in the music video industry, learn from people that I taught, learn from people that got it from me. Okay. So it's a permanent process. You know, from the time I picked a thing, I made sure I share that. From the time I discovered that hey, this thing works this way, I make sure that I share it. You see. So even the young DPs and older ones who are working, who are doing stuff now, it's part of that that give out. It's part of that largesse of the knowledge that I've been, you know, rolling out. You know, that is cultivated this habit and has created the kind of revolution that we have today.
So I said it before, and I'm just going to tell you in that dimension. Now, what has changed? What are the new things that have come to you as a cinematographer, as a creator, after the Fisherman's Diary and Therapy have been on all these platforms? Like, they have been on all these streaming platforms, been on awards and stuff. What has been the changes that have come to you like that?
Well, as a matter of fact, not much has changed. Okay, because the Rene before the Fisherman's Diary, before Therapy, is the same guy. Okay, before those projects, you passed me on several occasions and you didn't even know my name. Yeah.
No, it's not like I didn't know your name. No, so that's not nice to say. Like
many other journalists or many other people, because they were not informed of the things that I've been. Before Fisherman's Diary and stuff, I've been on other major platforms. I've been the creative director of one of the biggest advertising agencies in the country. First Anglophone, probably first black in that particular company. Before me, it was Belgians, French, and the rest of. I ran the biggest brands in the country as head of the creative team. You see, but it's not in my nature to always be pompous and stuff.
Yeah.
Films, Fisherman's Diary, and the rest. I've been shooting projects before. I mean, many people if you never knew I shot The Man for the Weekend.
Yeah,
Yes,
I guess it was the first time.
at the time it was a theme of the
Of the
moment.
moment.
Nobody could even identify what the details of the is. Well, but it doesn't go without saying that Fisherman's Diary has created recognition because people like you are now talking to me, and
See on that point.
many others are getting to know me.
Yes.
I mean, has existed for how many editions now? Is it four, five,
Yeah, for the fourth division.
fourth edition, and I've never been invited.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time around, I got called to come do a workshop on cinematography. So I've got other people in other countries who I just came back from Cairo.
From Cairo.
Yeah, we attended the last festival in Luxor,
Yeah.
and people are getting to know me. I also took part in an African cinematography documentary by Michael Michael Parish. So yeah, I'll say recognition wise, it has created awareness about not just me but Cameroon cinematography as a whole, and people from different platforms are trying to find out who this dude is, and but as far as I'm concerned personally, it didn't change much because I am the same person. I've been doing the same thing for like 15, 16 years now, and they're just getting to know me. So
Okay, thank God we get to
yeah.
know you. But I'm canceling the fact that I've been seeing you. I don't know your name. I knew your name long time ago. How can you say that? All right, thank you very much for talking to us on the show.
It's
And
my
before you
pleasure.
go, if you were supposed to advise somebody, one advice for somebody out there who two things that being maybe being in the creative industry, you just have to be in front of the cameras and all the time. What one word you say to them? Somebody who has the passion to be behind the camera, but they think that maybe I'll not get known because everybody now these days is so much interested in popularity.
Popularity.
So, like this, is you talking to me now,
Yes.
you're popular despite the fact that you're behind the camera.
Yes.
So, if you were supposed to say one thing for some young person out there, what would you tell them?
Well, I'll say now what we're doing is art, and the advantage of you being an expert behind the camera is that you're always busy. Okay, there are times when those who are in front of the camera they need to get specific job. They could go for months, they could go for years without a proper project getting them. But when you are an expert in your field, out of camera, there's always something for you to do because there's always a project that may need a hand, and the guys behind are few. Okay, those in front they have uncountable numbers of them. Everybody wants to be a face, but it becomes a very highly competitive environment. Not that behind the cameras is not competitive. It's just that it's more fun. Okay, you get the chance to enjoy more. I mean, you are the person who sits behind and have a global view of everything that's happening. So I think it's fantastic being behind.
All right, from today, we're always going to be talking to you. Like always, he say amen.
Amen. It will be my pleasure.
All right, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
being on the
very
show.
much.
All right, guys, I was did for today talking to this very big man behind the camera. He's a cinematographer. He's Rene Etta Tabot, making us proud. He's a cinematographer of Fisherman's Diary. He's a cinematographer of Therapy. And you know what? It's making a whole name all over the world. And trust me, if you haven't watched these two movies, get to Netflix right now and watch. If you don't have Netflix, beg your neighbor. I'll give you my own. All right, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe right down there because that's the only way you get to know whenever we upload a new video. And don't forget to click that bell. My name is MC Dibenja. My name is MC Dibenja, and you have been the company of Dibenja Challenges. See you next time.